Alright guys, so here we go. 1996 model year ETRL diecast. This is a Peach State model, or Peach State edition I should say. It's a 1969 Plymouth Roadrunner. This is a one-off, one out of 2,500. Won't be labeled on the chassis because apparently these came with documentation, a piece of paper showing how much out of 2,500 it was. Unfortunately, I won't ever know that with this car. We just know that it's 1 out of 2,500. Still in pretty good shape. When I bought this car, like I said in the later video, or the later clip I'll show later on, the box it came in had mold damage, and unfortunately it did transfer over to the car, and there was moisture inside the box, which caused a little bit of the chrome to flake off, or just wear off I should say. I did have to kind of clean this car down because it was had a little bit of mold around the tires and stuff, so I had to do that. Obviously, you had to be very careful when doing that. The paint is overall in pretty good shape. It could use like a strip and wax though. You can kind of feel a little bit of not grit or nothing, but just kind of dirtiness. There's the other side here. Still a pretty nice shelf car, or you can put it back in the box. It needs a bit of a clean right now. So here's the underside of the car, pretty good shape. I wish they would stamp the number of out of how many it was built on the chassis as well. That way you can, in case you lose the paperwork, you can still kind of know. I mean, obviously they put the Looney Tunes decal up front, so it wouldn't have taken much to put the number stamping on this. We'll just check under the hood here. Again, you always have to be careful raising these hoods. They got the dog legs on them, right? So you have to kind of fiddle with them there a little bit. These things are always a little bit of a bugger sometimes to get up. There we go. They break off really easy, so not too bad in here. Still pretty clean. Not much paint work, just obviously just paint there. They paint the body color in here, right? So not a whole lot of detail. The car does have a distributor in it, so I mean this is a case where we could pull this engine out and paint it the correct Hemi orange, and we could probably even run spark plug wires just to add some more detail to it, or unless Acme comes out with a high detailed 426 dual quad Hemi we could put in here, that would be another option. However, if you're in the whole thing of buying and reselling these things, maybe that might not be an option for you. These, I just checked on eBay, I think this car is like in like mint condition with a box. It's like around $100 or over. Yeah, I didn't pay $100 for this obviously because it was a little bit damaged, but I'm just trying to clean this car up as best as I can. Everything's intact on it. I wish I had the original paperwork though, but seeing how it's had the mold issue on the box, I'm sure it got destroyed somehow or lost somewhere, so that's usually what happens. It's hard to come by people that keep the proper documentation with these things. I was always pretty good at saving that stuff when I bought these cars brand new back in early 2002, I think I started. So I usually kept everything in their boxes. I did cut straps on some of these, plastic straps off, but I'm gonna save that for another video I should say. I got my own take on leaving the straps on. Some people will leave them on, just think it'll help the value of the car, but I guess I'm gonna talk about that in another video. But yeah, it's overall pretty good shape, with the box being kind of not perfect, so it's a good shelf car. A little bit dusty on the inside right now. 1996, so again, it's a very early models. They just had the basics with these things, like a sticker on the dash showing the speedometer, and some things were painted, some were not. The interior was usually just cast molded plastic. So basic detail, but pretty good detail for the time. Like you're not gonna see any sill plates or nothing in here. You're not gonna see any like little markings for the door latch on the inside. You're just looking at basic outside and inside detail. Majority of the paint on these cars were pretty good for the time, I must say. I'm not gonna knock the paint. Like if I give this car a wax, it'll come up a lot nicer. Obviously too, I mean, they weren't absolutely perfect. You can see that there's a few little indentations there, if you can see that. I get a better angle here. Right about there. You can see that focusing or not. But yeah, they were never 100% perfect when they cast these cars, so I mean, I actually got one right now I'm restoring. It was painted Jamaica blue, but was painted like a red and black in the box, so that's kind of another story on its own as well too. So I may do some more upgrades detailing it in here. Just need to get some paint and stuff like that. Everything's kind of hard to get right now, but yeah. Oh, this is not going to want to go down now, probably. Really careful. There we go. It's easy. It's so easy to break these things. Crying out loud. Yeah. But yeah, just a pretty good, decent car. The one thing I liked about ETRL back when they were making these, they put the license plates on them. Like this one here has got a Georgia 426 Hemi, and it says Peach State on the bottom there. So that's kind of cool that they did that. I always liked those individual license plates their cars had. It kind of really centered them out from a lot of other die-cast makers. That's why a lot of people collected ETRL back in the day. Their cars are pretty unique. Not just your regular stamping $14 1/18 scale die-cast. They tried to make them look authentic as possible. But alright guys, hopefully you liked that video, and if you don't mind, like, share, and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next video. Cheers, and thanks a lot. Hey guys, so I just wanted to show you the box to this car. So it's a Peach, obviously it's a Peach State 69 Roadrunner box, 1/2500. So the thing is, when I bought this, it did have like moisture damage on it, which is quite unfortunate, and with a little bit of mold. I was able to clean a lot of the mold off of it and somewhat salvage the box still. But yeah, as you guys can see, there's a little bit of stain damage up here, mold. I tried to get all of it off, but ultimately it's kind of hard to do that. And repairing that and cleaning it, it's cardboard, as you know, so real tough to do. I mean, for the most part, the box is intact, but I mean, the moisture caused it to separate here and stuff, so it is what it is. Not a lot of people took care of this stuff when they were storing them, fortunately. So the other thing is too, I was doing a little bit of research on these Peach State cars, and usually they came with documentation, like a piece of paperwork, and unfortunately, again, this car did not have that. So it is what it is. Show you guys the rest of this box. I mean, you can look them up online too. You got your item number down there in the corner. It doesn't have it on the bottom. This is a 1996 model year too, so it's a really early stage. Let me just see here. Yeah, I don't think they put the item numbers on the bottom of these boxes back then. They got your code. So this is the code I talked about before. It'll be stamped on the bottom of your die cast. That's how your numbers match your boxes. If you're looking to do that, it'll be up near the torsion bar front suspension area. So yeah, I mean, the box is in average shape. It's not, obviously it's not mint condition by any means. There's the top of it there. like I said, I'll post a picture at the end of this video, show you what the documentation looks like. There's the side of it there. Yeah, so I mean, I have no clue what number this car was. They only made 2,500 of them, so